Howdy everyone, Runt9 here, and welcome back to Runt9 Plays Nova Drift. So in the last episode, we definitely moved the needle. We had a couple solid runs, both over 100k, which I mean, granted, in the challenge modes with everything turned on, isn't actually that much, but it's still impressive for us considering how many just like immediate exits we were having. So one thing I've never done, and like I don't know if this is the way it's supposed to be, is I've never stuck with the starting blaster just to see. I legitimately don't know. Usually we go for Zane here in the 20-minute range. So we'll come back to that. I actually want to try a blaster run and just see what it looks like. But here, let's do a split shot run and try to not screw it up like we continue to do with our split shot runs. I think grabbing volley is perfectly okay. I think grabbing fusillade is bad. I think you need to focus on the damage upgrades and the rate of fire upgrades. And I think siege weaponry is fine, but you have to be aware of what siege weaponry means from a playstyle perspective. And I don't always do a good job of being aware of that. Also need to make sure we're getting good defensive upgrades. So I just think that amp, like, it's great, but I do love the higher base shield of reflect, but you know what? Let's go with amp. And you know, engineer. I've never done like a combo engineer plus split shot run, mainly because split shot requires so much focus on the weapon itself. I think that research could actually be pretty beneficial for us here, but an increased shield effect power on, what is that? That's plus 20%. So another 15% on top of that. 10% would be another 2. So it's going to be another 3% thrust and weapon damage, which all things considered isn't small. So give me magnitude, payload, and let's do some blast radius goodies on this one. We're going to want concentrated blast pretty quickly. But now our shots are actually going to do some decent damage. As you can see, the damage output is a good bit higher with those mods on. And get out of there. And we would be a fool not to take a couple of damage mods. Or defense mods, I mean, at this point. Projectile velocity also wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. No defense mods here. I mean, I guess shield effect radius is a good one because it's also plus power as well. So we'll go with that one, but we won't take the minus 10% max shields. And then hull strength, hull regen. I think raw shield power is going to be more important, since we get a flat damage bonus, so as long as the shields are up. And I always focus so much with amp on increasing the radius, so you can get more enemies inside it to stack the thrust and damage bonus. But honestly, like, just having the flat damage bonus no matter what isn't a bad thing, and you should learn to be okay with it. Oh crap, we just kind of sat there and then walked back into it. They're firing their lasers. Also, adding burn damage onto our shots would not be the worst idea in the world either. We've got some upgrades ready. We should probably spend them. Just trying to focus on getting enemies dead. So I do still think volley is good, but it is minus 20% damage, and so we're going to try not running volley at all on this one. I think that ultimately the minus size, velocity, damage, and blast radius ends up being too negative. I'm going to go focus shields here and grab the max shields, grab the effect power, and keep stacking that amp damage bonus. I'm going to want some hull regen now, and then I don't want rapid reconstruction. That's definitely something I do not want. I actually think grabbing regenerative shields is a good one here. Weaponized shields, maybe, maybe not. Definitely go increased thrust on this one. The utility of being able to zip around faster, it can't be understated. And so if we can get enemies inside our shield radius, great. If we can't, it's not nearly as big of a deal as I usually make it out to be. Oh look, this guy, our old friend. So barrier plus Aegis, I think, is still a solid concept here. High explosive is good. I do think that rate of fire is also going to be a good one, especially grabbing Warpath. But let's go ahead and grab barrier and keep stacking those plus max shield bonuses. And so with this guy, whenever he shoots, you know, just kind of keep bouncing around. I knew he was going to go for us there. So we're whittling him down slowly but surely. Taking plenty of shield damage in the process, but our shield hasn't dropped. And I mean, our shield dropping is one of the quickest ways for us to lose damage output because of having the amp shield. Get around behind him. All right, that's coming that way. No, I'm starting to feel that I'm getting better at dodging, and that's ultimately one of the biggest ways that I'm going to get better at this game, is focusing on dodging more. Shield cooldown I want, and I think this is a high explosive situation, because I think adding more blast radius fun onto this build would increase the burst damage, especially when we add rupture into the mix. Since we're fighting a lot of elites and champions, when elites and champions explode with rupture, it's a sight to behold. Oops. All right, we've got some upgrades. We need to go ahead and spend those. I think weaponized shields. Blast shielding loses our max shields by quite a bit. Tempest break is oh, that's really pushing that glass cannon edge. I just don't think we can afford that. I'm totally fine going targeting here and not going guidance because of the lowered projectile velocity. And I don't know about convergence either, but I think targeting and homing strike are totally cool to grab here. Omni Shield reduces our max hull to basically nothing. It's a very dangerous one, but I'm actually okay taking Omni Shield here. I think it's fine because, you know, it's going to increase our damage output, and we go the route of going hull regen all the freaking time. But that's not necessarily the best option. We haven't ever really tried an Omni Shield run before, and I don't think it's inherently bad. All right, get out of there. Focus on dodging. Practice your dodging. Go through the other side, and then keep killing those vulnerable spots inside. We've only got one left at this point, which is obviously fantastic. Yes, I'm gonna hop in here. and then I'm gonna hop out. Could have been much worse. Our shield is still up. Like, we didn't lose our shield there. Good stuff, man. Absolutely wonderful. Putting out good damage. I'm feeling okay so far. So far, so good, I would say. So Radiant Shields we're not going to go for. I think Concentrated Blast is exactly what I was looking for. And this is going to open up the antimatter rounds. That probably is a terrible idea because we would take heavy hull damage. And we don't have much hull left to give. So if we go flash shielding, I think that's super dangerous. We're probably going to want to go volatile shields instead, and then grab discharge from that potentially. This is where I think rate of fire is a good grab, and then volatile shields or reflexive shields. You know, homing strike also I think is a solid purchase here. There are a lot of good ones, but I think rupture is easily the best one of those options. And at this point, now that we have a little bit of projectile targeting going on, I would not mind having projectile velocity and snipe. We don't have a lot of targeting, but it's enough to make a difference. Efficiency, if we can grab that one, or a little bit of shield regen when we're not firing, which, I mean, I know, haha, you're never not firing, but there will be times that I'm not. Maybe. We'll see. Especially when it comes to, like, having to kite bosses. Like, against the next boss, we will stop firing from time to time. We've got an upgrade here. So again, we're not going to take guidance. I don't want to lose projectile velocity. So +1 projectile, minus spread, minus recovery, slower shield cooldown. I don't hate Twin Strike here. I actually think Twin Strike is totally okay, especially since it'll lower our projectile spread and doesn't straight up lower our damage. All right, we have boost, so just focus on dodging and the damage will take care of itself. Good damage. Yeah, we have just enough targeting to help without it, you know, crippling our damage. I think that's something that I always do is, like, I take all these mods that really cripple your damage. Being able to turn around faster would not be the worst thing in the world to have. Again, I also think projectile velocity is one that I would like to have because of snipe. You know, more damage multipliers is a good thing. We're not going to take volley. We're not going to take charge shot. I think reflexive shields is a solid one here. It's another +5% max shields. No, give me reflexive shields off of this one. Can we kill him before he gets to us? Not really, and that's a mistake that I always make, is I'm like, we'll kill him beforehand. Those projectiles? Oh crap, oh crap. I'm panicking, I'm panicking. If you stop panicking, you can actually get through a lot more than you think you can. Good stuff. Scary stuff, but good stuff. I'm not against taking Splinter here, but I think starting to add some burn damage to our weaponry is a good idea. Because again, the more sources of damage you have, the better, especially when you add in the fact that you have all of the damage multipliers that we have. So I want to get back and fire from as long a range as possible. Give me an upgrade. Warpath is perfectly fine, but I think Corrosion is a nice one here. Your damage applies, Corrosion stacks, igniting them. And so it's gonna start adding that little bit of damage over time. All right, I don't want to be on this side of the screen. I want to be on this half. And just get them ignited, get as much damage down as we can before the singularity pops. And so in the last episode, we learned that singularities do in fact do damage to you, and that's their main negative. So definitely, oh crap, we hit him. We ran right into him. So we need our shields to recharge big time. Get on this side of the screen. Our shields are fully recharged at this point. Oh crap, we ran into an enemy. I'm panicking just a little bit. Panicking is bad. Don't panic. Hop on over here. So just stop firing. Just focus on getting out of here. We did the same crap again where we ran into him when we were trying to get away. Putting down good damage, keep him ignited, take care of the ads, and get out of here. All right, we want to get a little further away. We want to be on the other side of the screen, I think. We are doing just the slightest bit of damage. He will die very soon. Just don't panic. Good stuff. I feel my brain getting bigger. The hand-eye coordination is getting better. I'm getting better at dodging. Like, I'm glad I turned the challenge modes on. It's forcing me to get better, to build better, to dodge better. You can't just rely on, hey, haha, look, I did another crazy glass cannon build that somehow worked. Like, that's a situation where I would have tanked at least 2 or 3 of those, bare minimum. I was able to dodge every single one of them. All right, we've got like a bunch of upgrades ready, so Last Stand is a solid one to grab. I mean, obviously you gotta love Splinter, but definitely give me Last Stand. And then there's Projectile Velocity. I've been begging for it. It's time to pick that up and start working on Snipe. So for this guy, what do? We stand back and we just chunk as much damage as we can. Dodge his attempt at charging us. And you keep dodging these. You roll forward a little bit when he shoots at you. And just dodge, forehead. Let the frictionless airspace work to your advantage. Against these guys, stay at range. When they start charging you, get the heck out of the way. We ran into their mines. See, by staying farther away, they have the same projectile velocity mechanics that we do. Oh, crap, 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 crap. So Last Stand just popped. Which means we're pretty much dead here soon anyways. But let's see just how much longer we can keep things going. I mean, we're at the 125k mark. It has been a solid run. I can't be upset about it. Go ahead and give me Snipe. I mean, at this point, it's basically we just got to kill them before they do literally any damage to us whatsoever. Because we basically can't take any damage whatsoever. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so Last Stand, I don't know that I'm going to pick it up anymore. It just... It's not that great. You know, that second life, you have such a small amount of hull and shield that it just really doesn't feel worth it. So we unlocked Supermod Ataraxia, whose global damage, max hull, max shields, and thrust per each unspent upgrade point you have stockpiled. Okay, good to know. But that was a really solid run. That was a fourth place run for us, and you know we're moving that needle. We're moving that needle, dude. So we are at the 20-minute mark, which means it is Zane time, which means we're going to try a default blaster run. I am of the understanding that you're not supposed to keep this weapon because it's bad. But I want to see what happens when you start actually adding mods to it. It's a learning experience. And it's probably going to be a very quick, very deadly experience. Let's go amp, because we're probably going to need every damage multiplier we can possibly get. Not that we're ever going to actually be able to maintain our shields. All right, so we're about to die, just like right off the bat. Upgrades, please. Assault. More damage, please. Okay. How about we don't and say we did? Because it's just, it doesn't do basically any damage. And while I think it could be amusing in like a fun practice mode, haha, funny, want to see what it does, it's not viable. At least not with all the challenge modes turned on. It just doesn't do any damage. All right, so what do we want to do? How about we go railgun and don't turn it into a shot rail, which at this point is what I always do. We know what siege weaponry does with it now. What do we not know what works with... And I swear, there was an English sentence in there somewhere. Let's do a run that's just all on our own merits of how good can we use a railgun without relying on any extra, you know, bonus projectiles and whatnot. Also, more importantly, how high does the damage sustain when you're able to add a bunch of damage mods without increasing the number of projectiles? Give me temporal, give me... Actually, yeah, give me Spectre. With temporal, I do love increased shield effect radius. So we'll start with that. And then, yeah, give me magnitude and payload. Sorry, game paused. I need to deal with the pop-up. Give me payload. And so we are cloaked. Let's get cloaked again and then pop. So we're gonna be super sneaky sniper dude. So let's be super sneaky sniper dude. Pop. Super sneaky sniper dude. Get around to the side. Or behind, I mean. Hey, friend, don't do that. All right, blast radius. Don't want targeting. Give me blast radius and projectile velocity. The velocity will also make the flak part of our weapon have larger projectile, or not larger projectiles, but projectiles that go further. Honestly, you know what? Rather than temporal, I actually want to switch to amp if we can. Because I just want to stack damage and see just how ridiculous the damage on railgun can end up being. Cloak me, send it. Cloak me, send it. Oh, I was hoping for more flak damage there. So against these guys, you don't need to worry about cloaking. You just want to kind of get into an area where they're lined up. Calibrate, not something I'm interested in. Max hull. I honestly don't like any of these. We're going to go for a reroll. Snipe, 100%. Want it. Concentrated blast. Yes. We need antimatter rounds. You know what? I am perfectly happy giving antimatter rounds a try. Please give me hull damage upgrade. Incendiary strike. Yes. Hull damage upgrade. Or, yeah, hull strength upgrade, please. Hull regen is also nice, but I just want max hull, please. It doesn't look like it wants to give it to us. So if that's the case, just give me rupture then. So this guy? No, we say to this guy? We're cloaked. You can't see me. That's what we say to this guy. Wait for him to get turned around a little bit and then just throw a big ol' railgun shot right at his face. Or how about we do it from his tail? We've got a nice line right here. Okay. Yeah, that works. Also, you know what? We need to go for the leaf one. The one that you don't take... The longer you don't take damage, the more of a scaling damage bonus you get. Because then we can just stay cloaked for a while and then absolutely annihilate something. It's not kinetic boost, stabilization. I'm trying to remember how we get it. It's not charge shot, although I will 110% take charge shot. There's max hull. Perfect. Give me charge shot. Charge shot uncloaks you. Sad day. I did not know that that's how that worked. But charge shot with what we're trying to do with just keeping a single railgun shot as strong as possible is wonderful. Now, granted, these guys all die in one hit anyways, but... Give me an upgrade. Absorption will open up Rancor. Absolutely, something that I'm interested in here. Give me all of the XP globes, please. I do definitely still want to pick up amp. Like, temporal is great. I do love temporal, but I'm going for just stacking obscene amounts of damage. Now, I realize that I've been talking a lot about how glass cannon doesn't work with the challenge modes turned on, but maybe it still can. It's not like I haven't taken any defense boosting mods. I certainly have. We've got some upgrades here. Increased blast radius, all good stuff. I'm gonna re-roll this though. None of that is what I'm really looking for. I wish I could remember how you get that leaf mod. Oh no, it's we need thrust. We need increased thrust. That's what it is. I think we can't see it anymore. Definitely give me efficiency. And we're not going to go Splinter. No AoE other than blast radius. And then increased burn damage, since we are doing a few Trogdor type things now. Give me a full charge and a bop. Our damage output is not small. Just dodge these. You do still have temporal. Yeah, I've not switched over to amp yet. So yeah, I am really sad that charge shot uncloaks you. I did not expect that to happen that way, but it makes sense because it would kind of be overpowered if it worked the way that I thought it would. But this game doesn't necessarily have a problem with you getting overpowered because it's infinitely scaling and it's, you know, infinitely difficult. Usually that's not a problem, but it's totally fine that it doesn't work that way. All right, so it is burning. We can kind of sit back for a second and try to just focus on dodging while it dies. Good stuff. Having a fun run with this. You know, railgun is one of my favorite weapons. So this is where our lack of AoE is gonna show its ugly head. So what do? You charge up a big one and you just shoot as much as you can. Wow, you love to see it. So having more sources of burn damage would also be nice. So stabilization would get us to Celestial Surge. That's not something I'm interested in. Give me corrosion and honestly give me rate of fire because that increases our charge rate faster. Oh man, our burn damage is not small. You can kind of see the health bar at the top. So we killed him straight from shielded to all of his other modes gone instantaneously. I'm liking what we got going on right now. All right, against this guy, how many of his things are we gonna kill in one shot? None. Okay, that's fine. All right, give me a full charge and a shot. And he dead. So it only took 2 shots, I think. I'm pretty sure that was only 2 shots to get there. All right, there's a lot of stuff on the screen here. Don't hesitate to use your flak portion of the railgun, because now that that has burning damage, it can deal with a lot of the crud pretty easily. Okay, let's actually grab some stuff here. Gemini Protocol, decent. Field, increase shields. I don't really care for any of these. Give me a reroll. There is Amp, and I don't think there's any of these that I want to take. Yes, I want Thrust because I want Streamline, but give me Amp here. And I think at this point, we probably should get rid of Spectre. So I will definitely consider taking something else as well. I'm going to keep using these rerolls. I don't know that I really care about the blast radius. There's Rancor. I think 100%. Give me Rancor. Oh my goodness. I love the graphics in this game, and I love how impactful. Like, the screen shake is really well done. You take mastery when it pops up, and you don't ask questions. I am loving the damage, brother. This is fun. And I mean, obviously this is like, well, this is how you're supposed to build Railgun. And I'm like, maybe, but this isn't how I usually build Railgun, which is why it's different for me. So against these guys, what does a full charge shot do? Okay, kill, as you would expect. What about against their brother? Still one shot. All right, but that's also mean. Okay, that literally just killed the boss for us. Let's actually go, dude. I hope I don't forget that I'm saying this, but I want that to be the thumbnail for this. Is that freaking thing killing the boss for us. Okay, but like, can I not die though? This is a great run and I want to keep it going. No, I wanted to keep playing this one. As soon as I hit the space bar to go to the upgrade menu, I'm like, I'm gonna die here. Oh, we unlocked a new weapon. Let's go. Dart. A barbed projectile that lodges into targets and delivers a caustic payload. Gear added to the random weapon pool. Well, you can 110% guess what the next episode is going to be. We're going to try out the dart that we just unlocked. I'm super excited because that sounds amazing. Seems like it's probably one that we're going to get burn damage and upgraded immediately on. So we're going to start experimenting with dart next time. It's probably going to be an all dart all day kind of thing. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, let me know via likes, dislikes, comments, at Runt9 Plays on Twitter, all that stuff. In addition, keep watching me on twitch.tv/Runt9 Plays, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You're going to keep seeing more Nova Drift over there as well. It's a great game. I'm loving this series. I'm going to jump right into a new video because we unlocked a new weapon and it's time to go. But for now, thank you so much for watching. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Runt9, and I will see you later.